Hi guys, Lucy aka the Watchbox Diaries here with another video for you. Now today's is going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to be talking about my personal Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Now we all buy watches for different reasons. It could be that we just like the aesthetics of it and we really enjoy the way that it looks. Or we are looking for a specific function, or we appreciate an engineering trait in a watch, or some combination of the two. My favourite, however, are watches with a little bit of sentimental value. Guys, it's time to get personal. Full disclosure that this story kind of makes me a little bit emotional, so hopefully I'm not going to cry on YouTube. To start off, we kind of have to go to the start of my horological journey, so let's rewind about 7 years. Is that my rewind voice? So my stepdad had a Rolex Datejust that he wore all of the time, like all day, every day. This watch was on his wrist. He then got a new one, a different one, and I obviously asked if I could wear it because I thought it looked cool and interesting. This watch was a 36mm Datejust with a champagne dial, beautiful dial, and the Jubilee bracelet. This Jubilee bracelet was stretched to hell, and this watch has seen some stuff, it's been through some stuff, but I loved it. Rolex is a pretty mainstream brand, and if anyone has watched any of my videos before, you know that I like things that are a little bit different. So I obviously had to go out and look at different brands. What else was out there? What other movements were out there? Are there alternative brands? Are there quirky brands? It also started off my love affair with vintage pieces and history within a watch. Me and my stepdad talked about watches till the cows came home. I think he realised that I was completely obsessed with watches and would basically just talk a lot about watches, and that's sort of something that bonded us a little bit more. I did ask him why this watch is pretty messed up, and his answer was very short and sweet: because they're made to be worn. So I wore this watch all of the time, completely fell in love with it, then started making my own memories with this watch, as well as, you know, all of his memories. And then I met my very lovely partner and we decided to move away. So not only was I moving away, it was also coming up to quite a big birthday for me. My stepdad, who knew that I had built such a love for watches, such a love for vintage, such a love for this Datejust that held memories, he offered to purchase me an incredibly kind gift of a brand new watch of my choosing. Now, the emotional side of it for me is the reason behind it. One day, that watch will be mine, and I love having his memories in a piece that would be with, you know, would be with me. But he wanted me to have a brand new watch that I could then make my own memories with it, build all of the things that I love about his watch into my own, so that one day I could have something to pass down to my children, or, you know, whoever I decide to pass it down to. And that honestly just made my soul so incredibly happy. It's such a kind and thoughtful thing, incredibly generous of course, but the reasoning behind it just made me like really, really happy. The reason that I love vintage watches so much is because each mark has a memory, each mark has a story, and it's someone's story. I get to make a personal one to give to my children. Okay, enough with the emotions, Lucy. Let's get to the good stuff. Choosing the watch. So when choosing the watch, I decided that I would like a Rolex as well, because that's the watch that got me into watches. I have mixed feelings about Rolex as a brand and a company, but I do know that they make some very stable watches, and that's kind of what I wanted. I fell in love with the Oyster Perpetuals. They were perfect, clean, classic watches. I didn't want anything with diamonds. I didn't want anything too flashy. I didn't want anything too girly. I wanted a very solid, stable watch. And I thought the Oyster Perpetual range just hit that spot. Weirdly, I remember going into an AD, multiple ADs actually, and physically trying on stock, not for display purposes only, actual stock. I got to try them on, like multiple ones in front of me. I contemplated the 34, the 36 and the 39mm. I thought the 39 was good but too big. I felt like Goldilocks actually. The 34mm was a little bit too small. The 39mm was a little bit too big, but the 36mm just hit that sweet spot. And also it was the same size as the one that I fell in love with, so that also sort of made sense. I liked the grape and the white grape, but I found the grape was going to be a little bit too strong on the colour, not as versatile as I would have liked. And the white grape, sorry, was not quite the champagne dial of the original, and I would always compare it to that, so that was a no-go. And then an AD randomly brought out the blue dial 369 36mm, and mic drop, that was the one. The moment I looked at it, I was like, yes, this is the one I want. Rolex do Sunburst Blue so well, it's such a good shade. And also, I hadn't seen a 369 dial on anything other than an Explorer at the time, and you know, your girl likes things that are a little bit different. I have worn this watch so much. It has definitely got memories now. It's been desk diving a fair bit, as you can tell from the clasp, but that to me just makes it obvious that I have worn this watch. This is loved. This is so loved. I'm making this my own, and I'm making it so super personal that my child, or whoever I decide to pass this down to, is going to get a little bit of, a little piece of me and a little piece of my life experiences given to them. And yeah, that is why I love this watch. That is it from me, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, it's over to you guys. What is your most sentimental watch? Is it something that you have had passed down to you from a family member? Is it something your significant other has purchased for you? Is it something that you have bought yourself to represent a certain achievement? Let me know in the comments section below, because these are my favourite kinds of stories and comments. If you have enjoyed my horological ramblings, then make sure you have liked this video and you have subscribed to the channel. And if you want to be notified of future ones, then make sure you turn on that little bell and YouTube will do its thing. Until then though, bye!